Whole thing shut down. Then my computer didn't want to read the mic. It was just clown shit. Just clown shit. Just ruined the whole live. Then the computer didn't even want to. Man, don't even matter. Don't even matter, dog. Don't even matter. Chalk it up. It's always something, dog, with this weak ass equipment. Equipment trash. Whole live gone. Oh well, we back. We are back. That shit is weak. So nothing we can do about it. But to keep working. But to keep working. Keep working. There's always gonna be some party going on. Let the truth be told. It's always gonna be it. Get back in the live. We was having technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Electronics do what they want when they want to. You have no say so. You might as well just relax. Might as well just relax. I don't know why people leave food out. It's so weak. Just put the food up, dog. You wasting food and not putting it up. Put the food up. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Well, we back on here. Live cut off. Man, this is whatever y'all want to get into. What we talking about? It's what y'all want to talk about. What y'all want to speak about? What y'all want to speak about, gentlemen? It doesn't bother me what we talk about on here, as long as we yapping, keeping a yappity yap going. Of course, this boxing is the topic. Who's doing boxing? Who knows? These guys don't really be doing nothing. It really ain't working. Tank got the whole 35 division on public notice. They're not doing anything. Devin out here at the carnival doing nothing. There's a bunch of nothing going on right now. People really not doing much. They're really not doing anything out there. So it really is what y'all want to talk about. Because ain't nobody really getting no work right now. Better be even B-ball be taking place in a little bit. Some real work. Some real work. So it just really depends what y'all wanna, who getting it in, who working to, who's getting some work. Who's getting the work? Who y'all want to see get some work? Well, you know, start let's talk about it. We must talk about it. We got an onion, a jalapeno. So we really need onion and a jalapeno. Yeah, all we need, we need to see who getting work. Because Tank not getting none right now. He's been put on ultra hold due to him knocking everything loose. Knocking everything loose out here. So you tell me, what's the topic? Because y'all favorite guys that y'all said was nice ain't really nice like that. Because when it comes time to getting work in there with Tank, there's nothing to be said. Nothing to be had. Nobody's moving, nobody's doing nothing. It's a bunch of cap. Just a bunch of non-work. They're not doing much. Not doing much at all in there, buddies. So y'all can miss me with it. I know what's going on with these guys. They don't want no work when it's really time to get work. So y'all can stop trying to fool me. They're not trying to get it. I've seen it. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. So it depends on what y'all want to talk about, because these guys ain't about to do nothing. We can't even have a decent one about boxing because they're not trying to box. They're not really trying to do anything. We was talking about the biggest fights in the Sheik and all of them. These guys ain't trying to fight. These guys are not trying to fight like that. So y'all can stop playing with me about it. Please, please, save me. Save me. Save me. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts. Just save me with it. Because I don't want it. I don't want the crap. That's all I know it is just crap chat. I keep telling y'all at the end of the day, don't nobody want to be knocked out in there. If for some reason, y'all think that's not a thing. Like, no, it could be anything but him getting knocked out. No, it's getting knocked out. You're stating that you have the best skills in the world. What did y'all think this was about? Who can wear chains and talk? No. It's about boxing. It's that simple, dog. Either you know how to get it done or you don't. If you don't know how to get it done, you will be looking crazy. It won't be nobody's fault but you and your team. But that's who was there trying to prepare you for the scrap. People just don't be prepared. They really don't be prepared. Being honest. They just I'm just being 100. They don't be prepared, dog. And that's just all it is. They spend their time doing other things that don't have nothing to do with boxing. Tell you that. If you want to be a good boxer, you would think you would spend a lot of your time boxing. That's what's going to get you there. That's what's going to get you there, buddy. Boxing. There's other stuff, I don't know what you're doing. Slapping people at concerts. That ain't going to get you there, buddy. It's not going to get you there. It's not going to get it. It's not going to get you there. Man, you just got to really realize when you got it going good, and all you got to do is sit down in a gym somewhere and be prepared. This goes to show you who really liked boxing and who really didn't. Who really not boxing for real. These guys ain't really boxing. They don't care nothing about it. They don't care nothing about it. They lied to you. They don't care nothing about no boxing. They're not doing no. Niggas too busy trying to look tough. Too busy trying to be tough. Trying to be tough. That sounds crazy. You know, like, just think about what I'm saying. It sounds crazy. You're trying to be tough. It makes no sense. When you can be having a seat, enjoying your wealth. This is what I was just reading, like, man can't even enjoy his wealth. He can't be happy, like something gotta be going wrong. You can't even enjoy your wealth for real. You out here doing too much. You gotta have a seat. You just gotta have one. You got to, buddy. You gotta have a seat out here. Get your work in. Stay in the gym. Work your jab. Anybody doing anything besides boxing is not gonna get you nowhere in this realm of boxing, because these guys, it's the real boxers is out here now. They out here. They're out here, buddy. They out here. They really know what they're doing with it too. I told y'all, what happened to Matias? He just disappeared off the map. They don't even speak about dude no more. He's not out here. Where is he? Where is Cuz? Where is Cousin? I'm just asking for the squad. Because y'all swear dude was sweet. Got out there and got his ears boxed off by Carol. We never heard of him again. We never heard of him again. We never seen him, heard him. He's nowhere to be found. That was your man. I don't want to hear it. That was your man's. That was your man's in them. Y'all swear dude was the next Elohim because he had pressure and power. And I begged you. I begged you. I was like, no, blood, it don't really work like that with dude. You're really not him like that. I begged you. Don't say I didn't. I begged you to get some sense in your head and realize that you gotta move your dome piece. I begged you guys. You kept coming his nonsense as if I didn't know. Like I was questioning my own boxing knowledge for a second. Because I'm like, wait a minute. I could have swore I've done this before. And when you're in there coming forward like that, you definitely could get your pack busted. Very simply. You don't use a jab. Like, what am I? Is it that I don't know what's going on? Lo and behold, I was correct. I was correct. The man was a walking pack. It was a walking pack. Instead of just saying that, y'all was coming with all this other rhetoric. Man, he the next. He's the next Nathan. He's not the next anything. He doesn't move his dome piece at all. And y'all deeming somebody the next Elohim. And then when they get in there and they get their pack busted, it's crazy. These guys just don't have the style that you guys think they have out here. And then that's why they always losing and looking the way they be looking. Not sharp. As soon as you put them in there with the right style, somebody just built them up just to get their brains knocked out. They were built for that purpose only. They literally were built for it. So that when somebody beat them, they could look like they was somebody when they really wasn't. That's what they be doing. And then I gotta laugh at y'all. I gotta laugh because when y'all be thinking these guys be super sweet and they be garbage. They be garbage. Don't trip. You want some water tonight? Now you need some water. Yeah, these guys don't be really nothing. They don't be doing nothing. You know what? They don't be doing nothing. They don't be having nothing. They are the nothings. They are the nothings. And I don't mean like from which everything comes from. I mean like they don't have it. They don't have it. Y'all just used to good promotion. When you realize that these guys are promoted well, then you'll come out of this trance that you in thinking these niggas is really nice like that. Because then when it's time to fight somebody really nice like that, it's excuses. Tank just got to go up to 140 or something. Because they ain't really trying to scrap with Cuz. That's not something they trying to do, buddy. Bacon roast. Yeah, I don't know what y'all want to talk about. These niggas ain't about to do nothing in no rain. I just come on here for y'all. Ain't nothing even talking about anything remotely important. Especially nothing to do with no skills or no boxing. Especially no skills or no boxing. We gonna brown these onions up. Have some good old lentils. Call it a day. He said, I'm gonna spice this shit up for the audience. When I came in, it was 3 people. Now there's 9. No, actually, there's only 6 now. It says, hurry up and come read these comments. Here we go. Let the comments go. You don't need me in here to read them. Just let them get your bars off. Just get your bars off, buddy. So all you gotta do is get those off. Just get those bars off. Don't even trip. Just get your bars in it. Don't even trip on the Elohim. I'm about to just throw a little dishwater in here. Get your comments going. Be prepared to get your back broke. Oh. Be prepared to get broke down with truth. Every angle. But be prepared. I am going to break you. Yeah, them potatoes going to be roasted. Yup. Where the questions at? Where they at? Who do you consider some of the best up and coming coaches from the Bay? What's your opinion based off being a good coach? Listen, I haven't seen Eddie Croft as one of the best coaches in the Bay. That's it. If it ain't me, it's Eddie Croft. I don't know any other ones. Because there aren't really any out there, buddy. Aren't a lot of good coaches out there that actually teaching a craft. There aren't really a lot of good coaches out there teaching the craft. That's a fact. It just isn't. Not a lot. Eddie Croft is really the only coach I know that's teaching the craft. That really has the skills to teach the craft. Hit my cash app. That's how you get me on the camera, for real. Eddie Croft is really the only one. I don't really see anybody else teaching the craft like that. Actual boxing, though. Of actual actual boxing. Like on the mitts, teaching you how to land certain shots. Like it ain't nobody doing that out here. They might think they're doing it, but you will see that they're not doing it. You will see it. And you're gonna be like, well damn, I thought. And I'm gonna be like, well, you thought wrong. So yeah, it's not a lot of guys out here teaching the craft for real. They're not doing that. That's not what's going on. Oh, you thought it was gonna be a mad list? No. Rule number one, you cannot teach something you've never done. It's a difference between having the headgear on and having it off. I'm sure we know that. But some will say they don't know it. Some will say it, and it will be crazy. It will be a crazy saying. But it will be said. It will be said, buddy. It will be said. It will be capped. Where we at? I said in the Bay Area, June. Bomac, he said, yeah, we got to go somewhere else. Only really coach out here is Eddie. If I was coaching, it'd be one, but you got to be in them professional ranks for real. You got to have you some pros out here. Eddie be having pros. You got some young gentlemen. You got his wife, Casey. You know what I mean? So it just really depends. It really does. I haven't seen no guys out here really giving out that grade A craftsmanship. I'm not about to lie to you one time. I don't care who you is, who your fighter is. I know 99.5495% of these guys. So, and a lot of them ain't ever boxed. So I don't know what you teaching. You can't be teaching boxing. You never did it. Like how do you teach that? So no, I ain't about to be holding you about it because I don't know. The thing is, I do know. It's only one or two people. Ain't nobody really teaching nothing. Because ain't nobody really did anything to be teaching. And those are the truths. And that's how you get a pack. That's how you get somebody's pack busted all over the place. Then they mad at me for speaking about how you didn't do nothing. You did Nate Fanny's in there. You can only really be mad at you. You never threw them jabs. You got to really get in there and get that done. You don't just act like you can do it. That's why your son is at the carnival. You don't even want to hear your boxing talk. You don't want to hear it. Because if he did, he'd be in the boxing gym. You know, feed the man to Brian Norman Jr. Let him bust me down. Let him do something devious to him. Because T.O.'s acting like he don't want to work. I ain't heard from T.O. Where'd he go? Where did T.O. go? Where did all these guys go? I don't see them. They're nowhere to be found when it comes to boxing. Where are they? Where are they? All y'all favorite guys is quiet. Got their tails tucked. I don't want to hear otherwise. Because we don't see otherwise. Ain't nobody getting nothing done. There's no need to start no chat. There's no need to start it. Because ain't nobody doing no work. Ain't nobody getting no work in there, buddy. So I don't want to. I don't need to hear it. They're doing Nathan's. These onions pretty brown, getting brown, cooking down. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear all that. They definitely not trying to get no work. So y'all can miss me with it. It's a joke if I ever heard one. A real joke. Y'all got real jokes. Y'all got them real jokes. This is an 8-ounce cup. Y'all got them real joking. Yes, y'all do. Let's see what y'all talking about. Y'all got any more questions? Because y'all ain't got nothing to really... Yeah, exactly. You came with one question. Low nose. Floyd Schofield dad got in his feelings because Greg Hackett critiqued him and told him he don't know anything about boxing. Exactly. Oh, that fake boxing shit gone, Lo. You don't know, this dad don't know nothing about boxing. That's seen. Like, we can see that, bro. I don't know why you're angry. We can literally see it in the daylight. We can see that in the day. That you don't know nothing. You out there leading the blind. Ouch. You out there leading the blind. Because you know nothing. You know nothing. I don't even know why he mad. And that's the thing. People want to be on TV so bad. He gonna be getting his pack busted. All these guys gonna get their sons' packs. And it's okay. It is okay. They not the first and they not the last. They're not the first and they're not the last, buddy. They're not the first and they're not the last. They packs gonna be all over the place. You ain't even got a trick. You ain't even got to trip out, bug out, or nothing. Just be patient, and you're going to start seeing highlight reels. You're going to see them. You're going to see some highlight reels. I remember one time they was talking about his style. You need to go to Sean Porter's dad. I said, why do y'all keep sending people to people who never buy? Send that man to Robert Garcia. Get him some fundamentals. All this athleticism don't mean nothing. Nothing but a recipe for a pack. That's all it is. It's not a thing in no book or box. I know y'all want it to be, but it's not. So don't trip. There's no skill involved. None. There's no skill involved, buddies. Somebody just teaching his son to do nothing. Make up moves and fake boxing moves. Listen, when they done, they're gonna be done. It's just like it's okay to just be a dad. You know, you ain't gotta be doing the extras if that's not what you're there for. It's okay just to be a father. Is that too much to ask for, buddy? We don't need you doing all these stunts. We don't need it. We don't need the stunts from you. I'm telling you, we don't need it. We just don't need it. It's not what we do out here in the boxing realm. The stunts come when you get the knockout. That's when you stunt. You get your backflip in and then you call it a day. till you break your back. His daddy, Greg will tell you if you ain't sweet like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Dude didn't like that because he's not sweet like that. It's always when you're not like that, it's when you don't want to hear it. It's always when you're laughing. Because they never tell the sweet ones. They never say nothing about the sweet ones. They just keep it moving. At some point, you can hear the hate. So you ain't got to trip. But on a regular day, you know, it's about the sweet ones. It really is. You got to be one of the sweet ones. Then you don't have to worry about your pack all over the place. You want a heme. You are one of memes. You are one of memes. One of memes. See how I just came back with the one of memes? It just is what it is. It is what it is, buddies. It is what it is. Know it. Young Meezy say, yo, blood, thoughts on my Billy's performance last night and in general as a fighter. Billy, all right. See, this is the thing. He be out. He's a workhorse. My Billy is a workhorse out here. He's definitely a workhorse. He's a workhorse. He be in shape. My Billy be in shape. That's one thing, you gotta be in shape. He definitely be in shape. I think he could lose some muscle. He's a little stiff. He definitely gonna put that pressure on you though. He definitely gonna have pressure for you. He definitely got pressure. He be ripping to the guts. He got decent skill. Nothing is strucking me over because I don't. If he really had it, I really will be watching him all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would really be watching him. I really would. Hit him with the air, Chris. Yeah, I really would be watching him more because his skill set would be showing me. But I know he's not hinged yet. He's not about to try to. He alright though, he be in shape. He definitely be in shape. He definitely be in shape out there. He's definitely in shape out there, buddies. He's probably not gonna get that Canelo fight. He's probably gonna get some work with David. What y'all think he'll do with Mr. Benavidez? What y'all think he gonna do with Benavidez though? Huh? Huh? What are you gonna do with Benavidez? Huh? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with Benavidez? What are you gonna do with Benavidez? Y'all ain't saying nothing. I need to know that. What are you gonna do with that man, David? Huh? What are you gonna do with David in there? Ain't Billy at 168? If I'm not mistaken, he at 168. What are you gonna do with David? David got that work. That'd be a good scrap. That'd be a good scrap. That'd be a good scrap. We gotta see that. Let that water boil out of that some. Make some sauce and then throw them taters up in there. Yeah, but Billy has some good work. Like technically, I'm sure he can improve on some things. But he been out here for a minute working. So ain't really no complaints with Cuz because he gets his work in. Of course, he can be smoked. Of course, he can be smoked. He just need a little work. Who knows? Canelo might be feeling generous. Might give him a payday. You know what I'm saying? Canelo might be feeling generous. Get a man a payday. Get that man a payday. After Canelo knocks out Berlanga, like, you know, I wonder who he'll fight next. At some point, if you're gonna keep scrapping, you're gonna have to get some work with Benavidez. There ain't nobody else to scrap with. For real. You gotta do something eventually. You got to. You can't just keep pussyfooting around it. You gotta get some work. You're gonna have to, buddy. It's not going anywhere. It's only gonna get more difficult. Well, I can't say that because for the reason it could get more difficult, it could become easier because it's up to David to improve every day on his skill set. And once again, he is trained by a man who never boxed. So it's only so far you can go. It's only so far you can go, buddy. I'm telling you, it's only so far you can go. It's only so far, especially if you don't understand the craft wholeheartedly like Schofield dad. They don't be understanding the craft. They think because they got their peoples on the mitts, it's sweet like that. I'm here to tell you that's far from the truth. Oh yeah, them gonna be real. That's far from the truth, buddy. That is so far from it. You gotta really know what you're doing in there and be able to break some styles down. You got to. You gotta be able to break some styles down in there. You gotta be able to break them styles down. You can't just get in there and do what you want and be jumping in. Like, headbutting niggas. What's up? You in there having a headbutting contest. Every fight you headbutting something. How every fight, you ain't even got hit with a shot when you bleeding from a headbutt. It ain't because you nice. That's just the truth. You already have no fundies. You already have zero fundies. Zero. You have zero fundies. Zero. But you about to be doing something with some of the great. Man, you crazy. It's crazy talk. That's why Greg was on it. He knows nothing about boxing. And that's when your feelings is hurt. You know, unless deep down inside you know nothing. Deep down you know nothing. Deep down, you know Nathaniel. You know you don't know anything, but you're arguing. That right there is what we call delusion. I'm not a part of it. Never wanted to be a part of it. I see it's a thing. I do. I see it's a thing. There'll be a lot of people partaking in it. I'll be watching it. It's hilarious. They be saying and doing anything. It don't be making no sense. They don't be in there looking sweet at all. I don't know what y'all be seeing, but I don't be watching boxing. I ain't never really been around no real pros. Y'all ain't never been around no real pros. Because if you have, you wouldn't be looking at it the same. You wouldn't. There's no way you could. Some of these guys are horrendous in the ring. I mean it. They have no fundamental skill. It's all gonna come to an end. It already has. Just like the H2O cuz. See, now you're not as confident in what you thought you knew. When you get knocked out like that, that's really good. You're not gonna be confident like that no more. Your confidence is slightly different. Why? You was knocked out cold. You thought you had something you didn't have. When you go back to the drawing board that you had wasn't a fundamental one. There's going to be more and more problems. You got to get right in this real boxing. I got to get into it. And listen, it'll save your ears. You can't even talk to people about boxing. I don't even talk to people. Well, it's a gentleman's sport. So you have to understand those ideologies first. If you don't, you can get your brains knocked out. Your brain will be gone. I've seen it. You be watching it all the time. You be watching it. You be getting their packs busted. Why? Just doing anything. Doing moves that ain't moves. Listen, in boxing, you miss, you pay. How many times you think you're going to pay before you have no more money? You seen on Sonic when you get them coins knocked out. Them coins get knocked out your head. That happened in business and in boxing because then it'll hurt your pockets and contractually. Right now, it will hurt your pockets contractually depending on how you got knocked out. Because people are like, oh yeah, well, get knocked out like that, there's no interest. Interest is dividends, money. Nobody wants to pay to see you scrap and get your brains knocked out. Why? Because you was on Twitter instead of being in the gym. It's that simple. You was at the carnival. Should have been at the gym. You gotta be at the gym, buddy. Not at the carnival. Doing something you ain't got no business doing. Will Bud do better than Plant? To do better, you gotta win. See how you worded that? We know you don't think you can win. I mean, he can't. It's a hard fight. In people's mind, they still think they're going to box and give Canelo problems. Nope. Ain't going to be no other Floyd beating Canelo. You're not going to see that style again. And then B-ball is just bigger, but on any given night, Canelo can beat B-ball. It's a hard fight, but he can beat him. Yes, he can. He can. He lost a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I? Did he not lose a splitty? A splitty Johnson? Huh? Huh? No! No! Did he not lose a split? Or was it unanimous? What was it? You gotta eat tonight. Was it a split or a unanimous? Was it a split or a unanimous? Somebody got the word? Which one was it? Which one was it? It seemed to be a pretty close fight. If I'm not mistaken. Canelo was working. He was working in there. Mailman. Unanimous. Yeah. Got outpointed. I mean, the whole point is to win. So Plant got stopped in the late rounds. And he bigger than Bud. Excuse me. Like the days of thinking you could just get in there and box around, and that's not gonna do it. He's gonna slow you down. He's going to slow you down. You have to engage at some point. And when you do, his counter punching ability is supreme. Like them clothes they be wearing. They supreme like them clothes. Know that. So other than that, I wouldn't mind seeing Canelo. Man, his last fight, he was 166. So, you know, he be in crazy shape. For real. 166. You see what I'm saying? Canelo be working. He be coming forward. It's gonna be very hard to beat him because he one of the few fighters that, like in old school fighters, can fight coming forward. These guys can't really fight coming forward behind no jab, check, hook, by none of their tools. You need to watch Julio. I need to watch Chavez Senior. Night, be quiet. Night. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, no, they don't know what be going on in there because they don't be boxing like it. They skill set be lacking. Skill set definitely be lacking. And it really don't be nobody's fault. What upcoming fighter you really like? Um, Brian Norman Jr., Shoo Shoo. Who else? That's really it right now. Oh yeah, the guy who fought Estrada, the kid who fought Estrada, he was pretty sweet. Um, who else? Bacoli, he was in there working. It's a lot of guys. I'm just pleased with boxing as a whole because I want to see how it pan out. especially a lot of these guys who are promoted a certain way to where they look good, and then they had that one bad performance or mediocre because the competition was raised a certain way to a style that's detrimental to their style. And then the people confused, like, well, I thought he, and I'm like, no, he gonna get in there with this type of puncher, and then it's gonna be a wrap. It's all great when you're doing good, but then when you get in there with that hard style and you don't know what to do, and they just not going to bed, that's when we gonna see, did you know how to break him down, or would you just fed guys that look good? Because they really do know how to feed these guys with padded records. They everywhere. And listen, you can look at the skills and see that they not heems. It's one thing to have a padded record and then your skills look average. And then it's another thing to have a padded record and you dumb sharp in there. Because it's like, damn, do we take our chance? Because he is pretty sharp. He knows how to deliver. It's not that he really getting these guys out of here, even though they made for him to get out of here. The way he getting them out of here is so brutal because he's so sharp. Then you got some guys who be in there looking like they getting them out of there, but they looking like they're going tooth and nail because they so sloppy. And you just like, oh no, he ain't really. He was in there looking sloppy. Yeah, Bam is sweet. Who else out here? It's a couple fighters. It's not like back in the day though. Back in the day they had mad different fighters at all weight classes. So it really just depends on who's gonna be willing to be in the gym working on their craft. Usually if you don't hear about them, that's where they at. They in the gym getting their craft together. Especially if you're not hearing about them in the public, they minding their business, getting their work in for real. They're minding theirs. They're not putting anything towards any foolishness. Yup. So ain't nothing even to really discuss because these guys ain't about to be doing nothing in no rain. They terrified of that rain. They are terrified of it. If I hit that cash shacky, they terrified of that rain. That's why they be running, ducking, and hiding. Especially when it's time to get some work. These guys are nowhere to be found. I haven't seen them. Y'all got to get that Jamaican black castor oil. Throw it in his head. Pause. Virgil got some work. Listen, he can learn some things. The things he need to learn are technical. That's why you ain't got to really trip. And they're not like his technique. It's about how to land the shot without trying to throw smoke all the time. Stuff like that. It's stuff like that. He just got to stay busy, keep working on what he working on in the gym, learning from the mistakes. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He just got to learn from the mistakes. You got to learn from the mistakes. You don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes over in the ring, because then that means you're plateauing. So yeah, no, he got to just keep improving in those manners. Virgil gonna be all right though. That work with Bolichuk was some hard. That was a hard fight. So that those are the fights you need to take you to the next level. Cause you like, man, dealing with dude was a problem. You're not gonna run into them fights all the time. Them fights not is something you're gonna be doing. Your career be short. Your career will definitely be short. So those type of fights are fights that you need to get you to the next level, where they're very competitive and they push the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Them the fights. Those are the ones. I'm telling you. Very important scraps. Very important scraps. Yeah, he showed a lot of heart, much respect. Yup. Came forward. Didn't let him get the love. Chuck had a decent crowd in there too. They were working. They were definitely working in that joint. That was some good work. Chuck got to get defense. He got to get some defense though. That's one thing in that fight where even if you wanted to try to give it to him, is it's like you can't, because he didn't move his head not once. So like all the punches is landing. He has to become more defensively responsible. He has to become way more defensively responsible. Got to. Because you can't just keep eating punches. Believe me, it's not a thing. You cannot just keep eating them. You don't want to. You don't want your lights turned off. But he definitely showed mad heart and was busy. He was in there working. He definitely was in there working. He definitely was in there working. He definitely was. But Mason Abdullah, he needs some work. He looked good right now, but we've yet to see him in there with somebody who has talent. Also, it's different when you're in there with somebody who got talent. He's still young. But they be pushing them like they ready, and then them be the mistakes when they packs be out. He is, and he one of the people who like he in there being promoted the right way, but he looks sharp doing it. You know what I mean? He looks sharp doing it. So you only time would tell, but if you don't be careful, you put him in there with the right guy, they will bust his pack. He not really fighting nobody. They're about to be talking about he won a title. He got 15 fights though. He just in the limelight early. When he get to them 10 and 12 rounders, that's when things change. So I'm telling you now, be patient. When they get to them 10 and 12 rounders, that's when things change, buddy. Yeah, they change around there. 10 and 12ers. They will change it up on you. The fights be a little different because you fighting more contenders, people with more experience, and a lot. Whether you know it or not, the majority of boxers that are contenders got there because they worked to get there. So that's why them fights be hard. They have a boatload of experience. That's just facts. And all that experience counts for something. The cream of the crop is the ones that are talented in the amateurs and it was looking flashy and good. Not all of them, not all boxers are like that. And that those are the ones that you end up running into in these 10 and 12 round markets if you're not fighting for a title. And then they get you ready. They get you ready. Keyshawn Davis he pretty good. He could work on his Keyshawn Davis can work on his punch delivery a little better. He could work on his punch delivery a little better. He really could. His last fight, I noticed his punch delivery was looking a little sloppy, and how he was executing his punches, and just learning how to take your time. I seen his defense was a little lacking. That's why he was, trying to use his hands to keep dude up off of him. But instead of doing that, you have to learn how to take your time, defend, so that you could place your punches properly. Those are bars. Those are bars. You got to. You got to be able to place your punches properly due to your defensive technique. Being relaxed, keeping your hands up good. That's how you actually break those guys down for real. That's why they don't be really breaking these guys down because they don't be having placing their punches properly, taking time, landing good shots. You got to land good shots. Broner versus Pacquiao, 135. Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. Keyshawn showed he can be physical as well. Yeah, but physical, it's not about showing you could be physical. Because you can just beat the guy. You could still do all the moves to break somebody down like a classical boxer and just do them. You don't want to be getting physical. You want to step around the guy, go to his guts. Even on the inside, you want to be stepping around. You just don't want to be standing there on the inside. You want to be moving your head on the inside. You want to be bending your knees, stepping around, going to the body. Those are the things he should be doing. Getting physical is not what you want to do because you're not always going to be the bigger guy in there. And you're going to need to know how to step around a guy on the inside when you're in the heavier weight classes to try to, get an opening to land to the body and to stop a guy to the body because they'll be a little bigger. They'll be a little bigger. So you got to create more angles and do different things so that you can get your shots off. So shout out to the 6 and the 6. It's 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Emotions. Manifest in response to the word of God. You will have the power to change any and all events in the world. It's a spiritual power. So you rarely gotta just be paying attention. These people who got skills in there, real skills, they know how to break you down and make it look easy, make it look very finesseful. It's really about how your angles and how you hit to them guts. And I don't mean angles like how Lomachenko, I mean how you drop down and get over there and get them shots off. How you got to be able to have good upper waist movement so that you can get your body in position to land certain shots. Not everything is land from the fundamental boxing one-on-one position. You have to improvise, as they call it. And a lot of guys don't know how to improvise in boxing. They don't. They so used to hearing what they've been told to do. Common sense would tell you if you can't get it off like you need it, improvise. You know what I mean? Throw a jab, make him forget about the uppie, then step inside with the uppie. Like it's common sense, but not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. Yeah, you don't need to really get physical. It's really about getting your skills up because you have plenty of time to get physical. But when you can step around somebody, go to their guts, step around, keep them missing. Keep them missing. Says, do you want Virgil to rematch? I wouldn't be mad if he rematched him. You have to stop him now he'll have to learn how to relax. In there, this is the thing. Virgil, if he do what he's supposed to do, he can get better from the rematch. Boachuk, really, he not about to learn what's gonna make him better in one camp, and that's defense. So it's gonna be hard for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the rematch, but it's about how dude gonna be looking the second time around because he needs to improve defense. That's what he blew out at. Defense. If that is not together, it is a problem. in the building. So it don't matter what Boa Truck do, he gotta get his defense together. That's what he needs to do for a rematch. Virgil needs to prove his inside work and his defense on the inside, and at the same time, take off, learn how to throw combination. One, two, three, drop down to the guts, uppercut. 1, 2, 7, 5, 2, 3. Learning how to let your hands go in combination. Because that's what you have to do to stop somebody like Boa Chu. You're just not going to stop him with one shot at a time. It ain't going to work like that. You really should be at 160. And that's why he kind of be getting hurt at 54. Because his body was pretty big for that weight. His body pretty big for that weight, Paul. That's why when he be taking them punches, he be getting hurt. He's big at that weight. You gotta be careful with that. When you be dehydrating yourself, it's a lot of water off the brain. It's a lot of water off the brain, buddies. Yeah, Virgil will be all right though. He got Robert. They're gonna go back to the drawing board, throw more combinations. They're gonna work on it. But that's just something that just take time to be learned on top of that. Even if there was a fight again, those things take time to learn because it's a different type of rhythm that you need when you're throwing different combinations, and you got to be relaxed on your defense and know that you got defense. So when Boa Truck get off, you can catch, parry your shot, then pop, 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 and then you just keep putting them together like that. And then too, when it's time to get on the outside, switch it up. You just go with the jab and be sticking the jab to the guts over and over again. That's how you stay scoring on top, landing shots, and you knock it out 2 birds with 1 stone. You're going to the body and you're using the jab every time. You can't lose with it. Pretty soon you can start fainting downstairs and cover up, bang, upstairs with the right hand or the hook. All you want him to do is freeze. You want him to freeze. You want to freeze, cuz. You want to freeze them up, because the more they hesitant with what they're doing, you can get your shots off. Boom, 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 boom. So that's why you want him to freeze up. And that's just simple boxing. You know, one man throwing punches. And he could use his feints a little more. Virgil could get the guy reacting so that you can land one good shot at a time. You want to get him fainting so you can, in the later rounds, when you, and he, boom, 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 rock him, stop him. Pause. That's why, though. You can't get that off if you ain't using your feints properly. All right, we're going to get off of here for a little bit and we'll be back for another powwow. It's still reaping what you sow season. So be careful. I'm in Hotep.